Hello, this is Manish Patel from the EIA Capital Group. This is January 30th, 2011. This is our weekly Ichimoku analysis for the global markets, where we cover everything from the US to Europe to Asia and so forth. Normal disclaimer, this is for educational use only. This is all charts are either in Thinkorswim, TradeStation, or freestockcharts.com. Here are my contact details, and you can follow us on Twitter at Ichimoku Trading. Got a lot to cover because of Egypt and everything going on over there. So let's go to freestockcharts.com, and let's just start going out to Europe and go from there. Let's go and find Germany, of course, first, which is typically being the leader. If you look at the German market, it's still bullish, trending on the weekly time frame. So there's nothing really there to look at, really. And if you shrink this down some more, you know, the key level we wanted it to get to was right about here, which we're targeting, which was 72.68. It's at one level right now, but it also has another minor level if it breaks that at 72.84. So we gotta wait and see what happens there. London market, it basically held its resistance here of this flat part cloud right there. It bounced off there. If it does break that, then it has a potential coming all the way up here, 62.86. But this is still bullish trending until it penetrates the Tinkinson and the Kijunsen on the weekly time frame. Paris, if you look at Paris, let's zoom in. It got to its resistance level, still holding there, kind of forming a little triple top there. If it can't break it, Chicago is telling us it's still very strong, so this does have a potential of breaking up to the top side. So just beware and be very careful and watch that guy right there. Let's go look at Israel. iShares. If you look at Israel, it took a pullback, broke the Tinkinson. So this may have formed a double top up here, or a little fake top, whatever you want to call it. The key thing is to watch its level when it gets here to the Kijunsen here. Let's go look at Spain. Spain here on the weekly is basically looking, it's just in the cloud, so it's consolidating. There's nothing really there. If you look at South Africa, it's basically pulled back, violated the Kijunsen now. So the trend is basically over as far as the bullish trend is concerned, and it's on a major pullback or trend reversal. Let's see if we have anything for Egypt. We have Egypt here. You could see the Egypt market, of course, taking a big dump right there. Maybe wrong choice of words, but anyways, I can't zoom out. There's no more data there, so there's all that influencing there. Let's see if we have Saudi. No, we don't have Saudi Arabia. So that's pretty much the Egypt chart for the ETF there. One thing I wanted to look at, let's see if we have it. We don't have emerging markets. I'll pull that out for next week, but definitely look at emerging markets. And that way we could see the emerging markets pro share. Oh, here it is. There's a short. Let's just look at that one. If you look at the short, it had a pullback here. Basically, it was bearish trending here, and now finally closed above the Tinkinson, and does have a potential coming all the way to the Kijunsen. So this, remember, this is the ultra short of the emerging markets, so it's reverse charts. Okay, so look at that. Okay, so let's go and start looking at Asia. Let's go start looking at China. One of these days I will order everything there. Okay, if you look at the charts here, basically China is in the cloud. It's basically consolidating, so there's no real opportunities there. The key levels here are going to be here at this level here at 85.2850, and then also 26.22. It's got to break those levels in order to determine for a bullish or bearish trend to start existing. But until then, it's just going to consolidate in those levels. There's no opportunities there. Hong Kong market is still bullish trending. It's yet to penetrate the Tinkinson there or the Kijunsen, so this is still bullish trending, but it's on a minor pullback right now. Bombay market, it's down to 18,395. And you could see the Tinkinson Kijunsen finally have crossed after a very, very long time. So the momentum shifted out of this market, and you could see the very first time they crossed was back here in 2009, right here, all the way back here. 410 2009 has been pretty much bullish as far as the Tinkinson Cajuncin until now, where they meet up. So this finally may say this is the top over here for the market, for the Indian market, for at least for a while, and it's on a major pullback right now. So we gotta wait and see what for any opportunities that may arise in that market, but expect some chop and volatility to happen now because of all this downward movement, especially when they had a huge momentum up. Let's go look at the Sydney market. Well, let's go look at Tokyo market. Japan market's pulled back to this level here. We kind of wanted it to pull back to this level. Now this thing really needs to sit there, this future cloud, and really needs to convert over across. So either it's going to consolidate or it's going to make a movement to come up here all the way up to here at 10,992. If it does, then it can sit there and start flipping this cloud across. Ideally, if this cloud was bullish, this would sit there and start bullish trending to the top side. But since the cloud is still bearish, and that's not good. So we gotta wait and see what happens. But you did do a minor pullback here, and if it breaks this pivot level, then it does have a potential of going higher. We are expecting the Nikkei market to probably doing good this year if it could flip that cloud. Let's go look at the Sydney market. Sydney market is still bullish trending. Looks like it's trying to go up here, all the way up here to retest this guy right here at 49.76 if it does, and then bounce off that. They could be a triple top, but right now there's a momentum to this top side. Chicago's still looking good, but it's got to stop consolidating and actually take a move up. But let's see what else is there. I want to make sure we haven't left off anything. Okay, let's go out to South Asia. Let's go to South America. Chile, if you look at it, penetrated the Cajuncin, so it's on a major pullback. Mexico is basically on a minor pullback right now since it's basically below the Tinkinson. Okay, so let's go and look at the U.S. markets. Let's go look at the NASDAQ. Actually, let's go look at the Dow because that was the leader last week. Remember, it was Dow, I think S&P, NASDAQ, and the Russell. So the Dow was leading the S&P, S&P was leading the NASDAQ, and the NASDAQ was leading the Russell. So if you look this week, still pull back, bullish trending on the weekly, yet to get to the Tinkinson on the weekly, but has got to the Cajuncin and held its ground on the daily right now. Notice I said that right now, but it has held its ground. We gotta wait and see what happens. But if it does penetrate then go lower, this is going to be a major pullback or a possible trend reversal. My guess is a major pullback that's going to be on the way. Let's go look at the ES. You can look at the ES. It's a little more below the Cajuncin than the Dow was, so this is a little weaker than the Dow. The weekly is still bullish trending, yet to get to the Tinkinson. Okay, so this is on a pullback phase now. Let's look at the NASDAQ, which took a major hit, going down 2% last week, Friday. And if you look at the NASDAQ in the weekly, it has hit the Tinkinson there. And you could see on the daily, the Tinkinson's now pointing down and trying to do a crossover. So this is going to be interesting. So this is weaker compared to the Dow and the S&P. Ironic from last year where the NASDAQ was leading. So this is pretty interesting. And then if you look at the Russell Futures, the Tinkinson, Cajuncin are at each other, and it's actually getting to the top of the cloud. So this is actually setting up for to start turning bearish a lot more than all the other indexes. So the Russell is probably more bearish than all the other markets out there. And if you look here, it's actually below the Tinkinson now. But remember, this is still bullish trending. So if you look at all the U.S. markets on the weekly, they're still bullish trending, but they're in a pullback phase. So we gotta wait for that pullback to kind of finish, and then start looking for some bullish opportunities. But if you are a counter trend player, you can start looking at bearish opportunities and go from there. Thank you, and hope you enjoyed this week.